What is the most valuable resource in the universe? Is it gold? Oil? Diamonds? For centuries, we've fought wars over patches of land and what's buried beneath them. But what if I told you the next world-changing resource isn't something you can dig out of the ground? It's not even a thing in the traditional sense. It's electricity. Pure, raw power. And right now, two of the most powerful companies on Earth are about to embark on the most ambitious engineering project in human history. Not for oil, not for gas, but for artificial intelligence. They are going to build a new kind of power grid for a new kind of mind. OpenAI and NVIDIA just announced a partnership so massive, so audacious, that it sounds like science fiction. They are planning to deploy AI data centers that will consume 10 gigawatts of power. Let that number sink in. 10 gigawatts. That's the output of 10 large nuclear power plants. It's enough electricity to power a major metropolis, like New York City. But this power won't be for lighting homes or running subways. It will be for thinking. This is the story of a $100 billion gamble. A bet that the future of our economy, our society, and our very intelligence will be built on a foundation of silicon and lightning. This isn't just a business deal. This is the laying of the cornerstone for the next era of human civilization. Welcome to the 10 gigawatt gamble. Let's break this down, because the numbers are so large they become almost meaningless. We need to translate them into something we can feel. First, the power. 10 gigawatts. NVIDIA's CEO, the legendary Jensen Huang, gave us a stunning comparison. He said this 10 gigawatt infrastructure will represent between 4 and 5 million GPUs. To understand how insane that is more GPUs than NVIDIA will ship to the entire world this entire year. It's twice as many as they shipped last year. We are talking about concentrating a global annual supply of these incredibly complex chips into a single, sprawling network for one company. Now, the cost. Building a single gigawatt of AI data center capacity, according to Jensen himself, cost between $50 and $60 billion. Of that, about $35 billion is for the NVIDIA chips and systems alone. So, for 10 gigawatts, we are looking at a total project cost approaching $500 billion or more. NVIDIA's investment of up to $100 billion is a monumental part of that. This isn't just an investment, it's a co-creation of destiny. They are literally funding the infrastructure that will run their own chips. Think of it like this. It's not just building a factory, it's building an entire industrial continent, dedicated to a single purpose: computation. This is the scale we're dealing with. It's an infrastructure project that rivals the Interstate Highway System or the Apollo program. But it's happening at the speed of Silicon Valley. The goal? To create what Sam Altman calls the compute infrastructure that will be the basis for the entire economy of the future. This is the foundation, the bedrock, and they are pouring more concrete than anyone ever thought possible. This partnership didn't come out of nowhere. This is the culmination of a 10-year-long dance between two titans who have pushed each other to the limit. Jensen Huang said it perfectly. NVIDIA and OpenAI have pushed each other for a decade. From the first DGX supercomputer to the breakthrough of ChatGPT. Let's rewind. In the early days of OpenAI, they were a small research lab with a big crazy idea: artificial general intelligence. And to chase that dream, they needed immense computing power. NVIDIA provided the engines, their GPUs, which are ridiculously good at the parallel processing required for AI training. It was a perfect symbiosis. OpenAI's ambitious research driving the demand for more powerful NVIDIA hardware, and NVIDIA's more powerful hardware enabling OpenAI's more ambitious research. This flywheel started spinning faster and faster. Then, ChatGPT happened. The world woke up to AI, and suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of it. The demand for NVIDIA's GPUs went through the stratosphere. OpenAI went from a research lab to a global service with 700 million weekly active users. They needed to scale, fast. This new partnership is that flywheel spinning at light speed. It's no longer just a supplier-customer relationship. It's a deep, strategic fusion. They're now co-optimizing their roadmaps. That's tech speak for saying OpenAI's software architects and NVIDIA's hardware engineers are sitting in the same room, designing the future of both chips and AI models together. This is like Tesla and Edison, not just using electricity, but designing the power grid together from the ground up. They are building a closed loop of innovation, and they're about to put it on steroids. So what will this immense power actually run on? It's not today's technology. The first gigawatt of this grand plan is scheduled to come online in the second half of 2026, and it will be built on a platform codenamed Vera Rubin. The name is a clue. Vera Rubin was the astronomer who discovered evidence of dark matter, the invisible stuff that makes up most of the universe's mass. That's a profound namesake. NVIDIA's Vera Rubin platform is their next-generation AI supercomputing architecture. It's the successor to the current Hopper and Blackwell platforms that are making headlines today. We don't know all the specs, but we know this. It will be exponentially more powerful. Think of the Vera Rubin platform not as a simple upgrade, but as a completely new scientific instrument. The Hubble Space Telescope didn't just give us slightly better pictures of the stars. It allowed us to see back in time to the dawn of the universe. The Vera Rubin systems will be the Hubble telescope for AI. They will allow OpenAI to train models on datasets of a size and complexity we can't currently handle. They will enable simulations, discoveries, and forms of intelligence that are literally impossible with today's hardware. This is critical. OpenAI isn't just building this to run ChatGPT a little faster. They are building it to train their next-generation models. Models that will push back the frontier of intelligence. As OpenAI co-founder Greg Brockman said, we are talking about the hardware path to superintelligence. The Vera Rubin platform is the first step on that new path. It's the key to unlocking the next chapter of AI. Now, we have to pause and ask the big, uncomfortable human questions. Because this isn't just a tech story, this is a humanity story. On one hand, the vision is breathtakingly optimistic. Sam Altman speaks of empowering people and businesses at scale. Greg Brockman talks about scaling the benefits of this technology to everyone. The official mission is to ensure AGI benefits all of humanity. Imagine AI solving climate change, curing diseases, and unlocking a new renaissance of art and science. This infrastructure could be the engine of that utopia. But there are shadows. This scale of concentration of power, both electrical and intellectual, is unprecedented. A single corporate entity, albeit with a non-profit board, will control a compute resource comparable to a large nation. This rightfully raises alarms about safety, control, and equity. The press release mentions working with a broad network of collaborators, including Microsoft, Oracle, and SoftBank. This is reassuring, but the core partnership is intensely exclusive. Furthermore, this announcement comes amidst lawsuits and regulatory scrutiny. Elon Musk's lawsuit questions whether OpenAI has already strayed from its open, non-profit roots. State attorneys general are raising serious concerns about AI safety, citing tragic real-world consequences. The human stakes could not be higher. This $100 billion investment is a bet on a specific future. The question is, whose future is it? The promise is one of democratization and benefit for all. But the path to get there is one of extreme centralization. Navigating this paradox is the single greatest challenge of the coming decade. The technology is accelerating, but is our wisdom keeping up? Let's talk about the economic earthquake this represents. Sam Altman dropped a line in the announcement that is easy to miss, but it's perhaps the most important one. Compute infrastructure will be the basis for the economy of the future. Stop and think about that. He's not saying it will be important. He's saying it will be the basis, the foundation. Historically, economies were built on agriculture, then on industry, then on information. The next economy will be built on computation, raw, intelligent compute. In this new world, access to vast amounts of computing power will be like access to oil was in the 20th century, a primary determinant of national and corporate power. We are witnessing the birth of the compute economy. NVIDIA's investment isn't just a financial transaction. It's an investment in the very fabric of this new economy. They are, in a way, buying land on the new digital frontier, and they're building the most fertile plot imaginable for OpenAI. This also explains the frantic activity from other players. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and even Tesla are all racing to build their own AI factories. They know what's coming. The deal with OpenAI is a massive validation of this future. It's a signal that the transition from an information economy to a compute economy isn't just coming, it's already here. The companies and nations that control the means of computation will shape the 21st century. This partnership is the first definitive move to seize that control. So where does this leave us? The partnership between OpenAI and NVIDIA is more than a headline. It's a landmark, a turning point. It's a story of immense scale, 10 gigawatts, millions of GPUs, hundreds of billions of dollars. It's a story of a deep, symbiotic partnership that has been a decade in the making. It's a story of next-generation technology, like the Vera Rubin platform, that will act as a telescope pointed into the future of intelligence. But most of all, it's a human story. It's a story filled with both dazzling promise and profound questions. The promise of a world solved and enriched by AI. The questions about safety, control, and the very soul of our society in an age of machine minds. This 10-gigawatt gamble is a bet on a future they believe is inevitable, a future powered by intelligence. The chips are all in, the wheels are in motion. The only thing left to do is to see what they build. What do you think? Is this massive concentration of power the fast track to a utopian future? Or a risky step towards a dystopian one? I want to hear from you in the comments. Let's have a conversation about the world we're building together. If this deep dive into the future of AI fascinated you, if it made you think, then do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the human side of technology. We are living through the most rapid technological transformation in human history, and I want you to be a part of this conversation every step of the way. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.